Jamie Benn just became the biggest clown left in the NHL playoffs with his horrible, indefensible actions against Vegas in Game 3. Not only did he do one of the dumbest things in the NHL playoffs so far, and especially after the game, he also basically cost the Dallas Stars any hope at winning this series too, as the captain of the team. But we're going to be breaking down his horrible actions in Game 3 against Vegas, why it was so bad, why he should be suspended, and why there honestly should be a conversation over whether he'll be the captain next year. It really is that bad. But watch till the end for the full breakdown. Hit that subscribe button if you're new for more daily hockey content just like this. You won't want to miss it. Now let's get into why Jamie Benn's actions in Game 3 were so bad. The Stars already started this game off on the wrong note, having a horrible goal allowed to the Golden Knights in the first couple of minutes of the game. But thanks to Jamie Benn, the bleeding would continue. After the fact, Jamie Benn comes in, collides with Mark Stone, and then cross-checks him right on the neck along the boards. And you can see on this angle, rough and tumble, but goes right in on Mark Stone, unsuspecting on the ice, and Jamie Benn with a 5-minute major. He would be ejected out of the game after this and would set up a Golden Knights attack. And you can see Peter DeBoer is just absolutely mystified the fact that Benn would do something like this. And you see the angle, Benn comes down, Mark Stone's just looking up at him, not even doing anything, and Benn comes down with the vicious cross check. And there's just so many bad angles of this from every single direction. This is an absolutely horrible play for Benn to make, and especially the timing with Vegas already knocking on the door to make a play like this. I mean, look at this. This is right on the neck on Mark Stone, unsuspecting and everything. No reason whatsoever to do this. And for the captain to put the Stars in such a horrible position is just egregious. And then, of course, on the power play, the Knights are able to take advantage. Ivan Barbashev after some great puck movement, and it's past Jake Oettinger for the 2-0 goal. And then just a few minutes later, you got William Carrier coming off the wing and then backhand roofing it past Oettinger as well. But any sort of momentum the Knights had before that Jamie Benn misconduct, it was tripled. It was intensified after what Benn did. They already had the momentum. They already had the game in their hands. And then Benn does something like that. And it just completely threw the game away. Sure, would you have liked to see a couple Oettinger saves? Absolutely. But Jamie Benn put the team in a hole that they just could not have come back from. And it wasn't even that either. It wasn't even just a horrible, undisciplined, egregious play that Benn put on Mark Stone. It was also the way that Jamie Benn handled himself afterwards, which makes it even worse. You can see these two tweets here. First from Saad Youssef saying Jamie Benn declined to speak to the media after the game and wouldn't speak to anybody after one of the biggest embarrassing performances in a Stars captain history, really. And then Sean Spiro says this: Benn walked past media to his car as the media members were headed to the locker room. Seguin, Pavelski, and Wedgwood addressed the media, but not the captain, Jamie Benn. And this makes me so incredibly mad because Jamie Benn is supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to be the captain, for friggin' sakes. And he's going out doing one of the dumbest things we've seen in the entire playoffs, not even just for the Stars, in the entire playoffs so far. And he isn't even willing to address media after the game. I mean, he was thrown out. It's not like he was playing that game and he was tired and disgruntled. No, he had basically 2.5 periods to sit and to think about his actions and to get rest and everything. But no, he just decided to walk out after that and not even say anything or hold any accountabilities for his actions as supposedly the true leader of the Dallas Stars. And to not say anything after he practically let his team down is just despicable, man. You can't be doing that. And the fact that you have Seguin, Pavelski, and Scott Wedgwood addressing the media is just insane to me. Scott Wedgwood, who was traded by the Stars from the Coyotes like a year and a half ago, is speaking to the media instead of the captain, Jamie Benn. It just boils my blood in every single way. And the fact that Scott Wedgwood, the backup for the roster, is speaking to the media before the captain, Jamie Benn, speaks so many volumes. And the fact that there was zero accountability, zero responsibility from the very start. He had so much time. He had 2.5 periods after the game, after he was thrown out of the game, to when he needed to speak to media, and he declined as the captain of the roster, failing his team in Game 3, basically solidifying a Vegas Golden Knights series win, and he won't even say a peep. Not even one word until he's supposed to. And not even supposed to, but needed to, because he would get a hearing from the Department of Player Safety. We actually saw Jamie Benn speak, and forced to speak truly in front of the media. And this quote from Jamie Hirsch is just absolutely as bad as it possibly can get. Jamie Benn just spoke to the media, said he wished he wouldn't have fallen on Stone and used his stick as a landing point. That's not how it looks. The play looked to me. Also said he has not spoken with Mark Stone. And this is just as bad as it gets, folks. Zero accountability again, and when forced to speak in front of the media, he makes the biggest excuse of all time. If we play the clip, if you look at it from this angle, Jamie Benn is still on his two skates. He decides to go down to his knee and then cross-check Mark Stone in the neck. There is no falling. There is no accidental play here where Jamie Benn has nowhere else to go but to cross-check Mark Stone in the neck. No, he decided to go down on Mark Stone, which is the first time he's ever gone down, by the way. And he decides to do that by his own intent, maliciously, and decides to do that for no reason. At the start of the game, already down 1-0, decides to go next to Mark Stone, who is down the ice, not even doing anything, and cross-checks him right in the neck for zero reason. And then says afterwards, has the gall to say afterwards, that it was a mistake, that he fell on Stone and used his stick as a landing point. I mean, you sure did use your stick as a landing point, good sir, on Mark Stone's neck after you decided to go down and fall on his neck. It was a choice. Jamie Benn had the choice to save the series, to keep the series for the Stars, to keep them with any sort of hope. But no, as the captain of the team, he chose to make the worst play possible. He chose to not address media, and he chose to play the innocent card and act as if he did nothing wrong a day after his actions. And the fact that this is the captain of my hockey team, this is a player I grew up idolizing as a kid in the mid-2010s. The fact that this is what we're seeing right now is just despicable. This is an embarrassment to the Dallas Stars franchise. The fact that our captain is doing things like this, not taking a single bit of accountability and playing the victim card when he shouldn't need to, is just horrible. I hope he gets suspended for the rest of the series, which, let's be honest, will be one more game. And again, going back to the players who actually spoke to the media, you had Scott Wedgwood there, you have Joe Pavelski. To me, I think there's a real discussion to be had here that Jamie Benn should be stripped of his captaincy. The fact that he's doing stuff like this and not taking any bit of responsibilities for his actions at all is just horrible. Imagine you're a player like Tyler Seguin on the roster, and he obviously spoke to media, doing the best he can there, and you see your teammate who you've come up so much through and have been with this squad for so long through as well, to see him do something like that, basically cost your team the series, cost your team the season, and go out and say that he basically did nothing wrong after the fact. I'd be furious as heck. I would be going out and screaming at him. Why would you sacrifice this entire season and not even show a morsel of remorse? There was nothing there. Absolutely nothing. And to play the innocent card after all of this, after all that he's done, is just irresponsible. I could see it from a 21-year-old rookie being stupid about stuff. But the captain who's in his mid-30s, who's supposed to be in grandpa time, to say stuff like this and to still be acting all innocent, woe is me, is just horrible. He's been the captain for like 10 years now, and he's going out and doing stuff like this with maybe the best chance the Stars will ever have with this core of going to the Stanley Cup final. Best chance that Joe Pavelski will likely have to go into the Stanley Cup final doing stuff like this. Imagine you're Joe Pavelski, who's done so much in these playoffs, and you're up in that age, you're up, and you might retire after this season. There's a chance of that, even though you're still at the top of your game, and you go out and see your captain do stuff like that when you're not even the captain, when you probably should be. And just imagine how furious he would be. I would be furious as all heck, and to see your captain do that would just be the most disappointing thing in the world. And it's just unfortunate that it had to be this way. The Golden Knights were likely going to win anyways, but any single bit of chance the Stars had of coming back was erased because because of the captain. That is never a sentence that should be said, but here we are saying it. And I know it's bold, I know it's brash, but to me, I'm going to say whatever I'm thinking. I'm not going to be afraid to say what I'm thinking. If I'm the Stars this offseason, there is zero chance I am not stripping Benn of his captaincy and giving it to Joe Pavelski. If Joe Pavelski is going to play in the foreseeable future, if he's going to play next season, he's the captain tomorrow. He is the captain tomorrow. He is so much more deserving of that captaincy, so much more deserving of getting that high praise and being in the media. He spoke with the media yesterday. The captain of the team didn't after that absolutely egregious performance. Joe Pavelski is the true captain. He's the true leader on the actual ice for this hockey team. And the fact that Jamie Benn goes out and does this is just despicable, man. Joe Pavelski should be wearing the C. I don't care what anybody else thinks. This is what should be happening. Jamie Benn solidified himself as not the true captain material for me, at least. And obviously, I'm just a guy on the internet. But at the same time, Joe Pavelski has shown in so many ways to be such a true leader, both off the ice and especially on it. I haven't seen that from Jamie Benn in a lot of different ways. Last night was just a huge disappointment. But it's just embarrassing, man. Again, I grew up watching this player. He was my favorite player for so long. So long. And to see him go out and do something like this with, again, likely the best chance he'll ever have of going to the Cup final, it's just the disappointment. There's no way to describe the disappointment. It's just as bad as it can possibly ever get. And I hope Jamie Benn gets suspended for as long as possible, as long as he possibly can, and actually learns from this. Will he learn from it? Probably not, but hey, a man can hope. Let us know in the comments down below, though. What do you guys think of what Jamie Benn did? Do you think he should be suspended? For how long should he be suspended? And what do you think of his actions in Game 3? Let us know down below. Of course, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and share the video with all the hockey fans you guys know online. Click this card for all of my hockey playoff talk right on one playlist, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, and goodbye.